Picture this. In a parallel dimension just beyond our reach, the Atlanta Falcons' fate pivoted on a single blockbuster trade that, at the last minute, never happened. Tonight, we plunge into that alternate reality, a what-if scenario that has haunted both fans and front office alike. Imagine a world where Deshaun Watson, the star quarterback, never landed with the Cleveland Browns, but took the reins in Atlanta instead. Would the Falcons have soared to new heights, or crashed deeper into mediocrity? Let's step into this chilling rabbit hole and unravel what Atlanta's football future could have been if Deshaun Watson had donned the red and black, the trade that almost was. Breaking down the details, in 2022, the NFL landscape was transfixed, as Deshaun Watson seemed destined to leave the Houston Texans. The Atlanta Falcons, his hometown team, were in hot pursuit. But at the 11th hour, the Cleveland Browns swooped in with an astronomical offer, a fully guaranteed contract, and a package of draft picks that stunned the league. The Falcons, unwilling to take such a monumental risk, watched the deal slip through their fingers. But let's play with history. If the Falcons had met Houston's demands, they would have handed over 3 first-round picks, 2022, 2023, 2024, a third-rounder in 2023, and 2 fourth-rounders, 2022, 2024. The cost? Catastrophic to their immediate and future roster. Not only would they have mortgaged their future, but key players never would have set foot in Flowery Branch. Would Watson have changed the Falcons' fortunes? It's tempting to believe that a superstar quarterback is the golden ticket for any struggling franchise. Yet, reality paints a sobering picture. Let's look at the raw numbers. Since joining the Browns, Deshaun Watson has a .474 win percentage, 9-10 record. The Falcons, post-2022, have posted a .431 win percentage, 22-29. Let that sink in. The difference in the win-loss column is marginal at best. The Browns and Falcons both stumbled with uninspiring offenses, quarterback dilemmas, and inconsistency. On Sundays, had Watson come to Atlanta, would things have looked much different? The evidence suggests probably not. The same structural flaws that held the Falcons back, shaky offensive line play, a patchwork defense, and constant coaching turnover, would likely have continued, with or without Watson under center. The domino effect. Which stars would the Falcons have lost? This is where the alternate universe truly stings. The price for Watson wasn't only in salary cap dollars, it was the heart and soul of Atlanta's rebuild. Let's imagine the assets the Falcons would have missed. Drake London, 2022, round 1, pick 8. Atlanta's new receiving sensation who has injected fire and hope into a stagnant offense. Bijan Robinson, 2023, round 1, pick 8. Arguably the most electrifying running back prospect in years. A key piece no Falcons fan would ever trade away. Michael Penix Jr., 2024, round 1, pick 8. A quarterback with a sky-high ceiling, seen as the next foundation of the franchise. Zach Harrison, 2023, round 3, pick 75. A rising presence on the defensive front. Brandon Dorlus, 2024, round 4, pick 109. Another defensive building block, already making waves. Don't forget, the 2022 fourth-rounder was sent to move up for Arnold Ebiketie, a promising edge rusher. Lose that pick, and you lose yet another cornerstone. Rumors even swirled that A.J. Terrell, the Falcons' lockdown corner, might have been thrown into the deal. Nobody knows for sure. But the scale of talent Atlanta would have sacrificed is jaw-dropping. The fallout, a franchise in turmoil fast forward to 2025 in this terrifying new timeline. What would Atlanta football have looked like under Deshaun Watson's leadership? Suppose Watson's performance with the Browns is a preview. Inconsistent play, off-field controversies, and nagging injuries. Let's face it, Atlanta needed a full reset, not a desperate shortcut. The loss of draft picks would have crippled team building, stripping the roster of emerging stars and handcuffing management for years. There is every reason to believe the Falcons would have parted ways with Watson by now, possibly amid regret and financial burden, just as his honeymoon ended abruptly in Cleveland. Terry Fontenot, the Falcons' general manager, wouldn't have tied the franchise to Watson for the long haul. Unlike the Browns, Atlanta might have found an off-ramp once things soured. But by then, the damage to the roster and locker room might have been done. The current reality, why Atlanta should be thankful. Look at the landscape today, and it's hard not to feel relief. Atlanta kept the draft capital that brought in Drake London, Bijan Robinson, Michael Penix Jr., and more. The team is younger, more dynamic, and, crucially, has flexibility. The Browns' all-in gamble became Atlanta's escape hatch. With these rising stars, the Falcons have built a new identity, one based on youth, explosive playmaking, and hope for the future. They have a promising core to develop, and, perhaps, the quarterback of tomorrow in Michael Penix Jr. Above all, their hands aren't tied by an albatross contract or a depleted war chest. Peering deeper, what makes a quarterback gamble pay off? The Watson saga is more than a cautionary tale for the Falcons. It's a lesson, echoing throughout the NFL, about the cost of chasing quick fixes at the game's most important position. No matter how electrifying a quarterback is in his first seasons, the franchise's context, coaching, supporting cast, and organizational patience matters just as much. Landing the big fish can sink a franchise if the timing and infrastructure aren't right. Watson's hypothetical Atlanta experiment would likely have stalled as the Browns did. Flashes of brilliance, stretches of disappointment, and constant debate. Instead, Atlanta's patience has paid off, allowing them to build from the ground up. The fans' perspective, dodging a bullet for Falcons fans, looking back is a painful what if, but looking forward, it's hope. The names London, Robinson, Penix Jr., Harrison, Dorless, and others are now the rallying cry for a fan base tired of living in the past. There's an energy building in Atlanta, with a new generation ready to rise. The Watson trade that never was? It may have saved the Falcons from an era of regret, trading star potential for a quick fix that proved not to be so magical after all. Atlanta's alternate history, a thank you card to Cleveland. So now, as we snap back to our real NFL world, let's give a tip of the cap to the Cleveland Browns. Their aggressive move for Deshaun Watson, widely debated, may have been the very intervention Atlanta needed, one that let the Falcons dodge a franchise-altering mistake. Tonight's journey has taken us through twists and turns, heartbreak and hope. But one thing's clear. The Falcons' future is brighter because the Watson deal never happened. You've heard the story from every angle. Now I want to hear from you. What do you think would have happened if Deshaun Watson became a Falcon? Do you believe Atlanta dodged a disaster? Or do you think they missed out on a superstar moment? Hit that like button if you enjoyed this deep dive, and drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's keep this conversation going. Your opinion shapes the future of our channel. Stay tuned for more exclusive behind-the-scenes NFL stories, and I'll see you in the next edition.